I'm Nadine.
And I'm Shaun. And welcome to Nadine and Shaun's
Vietventure.
Vietventure. So, for those of you that don't know, who have been watching the Weeby Whiskey channel, we've started a new channel, and this is going to cover our trip to Vietnam. And we're leaving on February the 15th.
2023.
2023, exactly. And we're leaving from Calgary at 9:30 in the evening. We're flying to
Vancouver.
And we're gonna hang out in Vancouver for a couple of hours. And then
We are going to get on China Airlines.
for 13 and a half hour flight to Taiwan. And we'll be landing in Taipei. We'll be staying there for a couple of hours. Now, once we get on the airplane, we're going to show you a whole bunch of different things about what the airplane has, what premium economy looks like, kind of what some of the travel accoutrements that are going to be given to us when we're on the plane.
Mm-hmm. It should be a nice adventure for us.
Yeah, we'll take some shots of the meals on the plane so you understand kind of what we're experiencing as we go along. Eventually, after 13 and a half hours, we are going to land in Taiwan. We probably won't be able to take a lot of pictures because in the airport, they don't let you take a lot of photos or videos, so we won't be able to take a lot in Taiwan, probably. But once we get into Saigon, which is now known as Ho Chi Minh City, we'll be arriving there probably sometime in the late morning, around 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, on the 17th of February. So we leave on the 15th, we arrive on the 17th. Once we get to Ho Chi Minh, we'll be able to show you a little bit about our first impressions of Ho Chi Minh City. It's a very bustling place. There's something like 9 million people there. So it's going to be pretty busy.
Yeah, we'll probably go pretty much straight to our hotel, maybe do a little bit of a bag drop, and then we plan on going to a spa to get us all fixed up after that long
After a long flight. So I think what the spa experience is going to look like is about 3 hours. As I understand it, we get about an hour of foot massage, another hour of full body massage, a half hour scrub, hot and cold showers, a facial. So we're going to bring as much of that as we can to you so that you can see what's happening. Please accept our apologies if we can't show you these things because sometimes there's privacy issues. But we'll definitely show you where we're going to go. We're going to the Temple Leaf Spa. So we'll have a little bit of information about that. And then follow us along because for the next 27 days, we'll be in Vietnam and we'll be traveling all over the place. We don't have a set itinerary. We don't really know what we're going to be doing. We're just going to land in Ho Chi Minh City. We're going to spend a couple of nights there.
And then wherever our heart desires, we'll go.
We'll wind up going. There's a few places that we are planning to go, for sure. Like one of them is a place called Da Nang, which is about mid-country. We may, if the spirit moves us, we may go north right away to Hanoi, which is the northern and the capital city of Vietnam. So in Hanoi, we'll see quite a little bit of difference between Saigon or Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi. There's a massive cultural difference there. So we'll explore that a little bit. We'll check out a lot of food. Most of the time that we're there, we're going to be focusing on the food that we're eating, which is amazing and phenomenal from everything we've read.
Yeah, there's definitely there's going to be some challenge issues with food. We're kind of looking forward to seeing those. We'll see how they plan out and how we're able to get through the different kinds of food.
The challenges that Nadine's talking about, by the way, is that I have a wicked peanut allergy. So as you
5 EpiPens are going with us.
there's 6 actually.
6, okay.
6 EpiPens, a 6-pack of EpiPens. So we don't really know what we're going to encounter that way. So this will be a very interesting aspect of our trip. One of the places that we want to see when we first get there is there's a brewery in Ho Chi Minh City that is run by a guy from Edmonton. So we'll try to get there, we'll try to meet him, and maybe have a little bit of a conversation with him, talk about his brewery, see why he's there in Ho Chi Minh City as opposed to Edmonton, because I'm pretty sure that with craft beer, Edmonton could be a really great place.
Yeah, I think that by that we'll get like lots of insights. He's obviously been there for quite some time. Lots of really good must-sees and must-dos and cultural differences.
Absolutely.
So looking forward to that.
But focusing on the food, we'll be doing a lot of food shot, a lot of food discussion. So as we've heard through a lot of the vlogs, the vlogs that we've been looking at, generally when people go out and eat in Vietnam, their topic of conversation around each meal is the next meal. So we'll see what that's all about. And we're also going to show you some of the interesting sites in Vietnam. So there's lots of really interesting temples. There's a lot of history about the American War. Some of you guys probably know it as the Vietnam War, but in Vietnam it's actually referred to as the American War. So we're going to learn a little bit about that. We're going to see some interesting things. We're going to see possibly some of the traps, the tunnels, the things that they use to eliminate American soldiers. Not that we want to focus on that part, but we really want to see some of those things because they're very relevant and pertinent history. Certainly things that took place in our lifetime.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can't go there without learning the history. So
and at least seeing some of it anyway.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of interesting other shows that we get to see. So, for example, in Saigon, in Da Nang, there is the fire and water breathing dragon, which we're gonna check that out. A couple other things in Hoi An. We're gonna see clothing manufacturers. We're gonna go in and probably have some custom clothes made, so we'll capture that as well. But we're also going to be looking at doing some interesting meetings with some clothing manufacturers, big volume manufacturers, so that we can get some things done for the Daily Mail. We're hoping, can't guarantee it, but we're hoping that we're going to get on a 2-night cruise in Halong Bay, and we'll show you all kinds of things around that. We're going to bring a drone with us. Whether we get to fly it or not, that's another conversation, but if we do, we'll share what we get with that as well. And then we'll be back here. We land back in Calgary on the 15th of March, so we'll be gone for a full 30 days. But we have 2 days of travel almost, so by the time we get to Vietnam, it'll be the 17th of March.
So join us on our adventure. It will be fun. It'll be an experience for us. A bit of a bucket list thing. It'll be fun. So please like us, subscribe,
and subscribe.
Tell us how you like.
Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments.
Where should we go?
Let us know in the comments what you think of where we're at. If there's things that you think we should do, send it to us. Let us know. We'll look at it. We'll figure it out. We'll try to get there. As it stands right now, we're not planning on taking any other modes of transportation except the Grab, which is like our Uber, except it's all motorcycles. And we're going to be traveling by bus and by train a couple of times, so we'll share that with you. We're going to try and do an overnight on the train and try and do an overnight on the bus. Probably fairly easy to accomplish. We'll let you experience that with us as well. Apparently they feed you, and it's cool. So we'll check that out. We'll see what that's like. We're going to also focus on some of the local spirits. So we'll be looking at, now as we understand it, there's a lot of beer there, so we'll check that out. mostly though, we're gonna share food with you.
Yeah,
and I
mostly
think the food is gonna be the fun part of this. If you've ever eaten Vietnamese, you'll know that there's a version of the North American Vietnamese, and then there's Vietnamese. So we're gonna experience that too. Somebody that we know, he lives there. She and is married to a Vietnamese girl. Her favorite thing when they go out is a dog, hot dog, and a bud. So if we can try that, we will. Kind of a little bit scary about that, but we'll see. Dog, hot dogs. I don't know if we can do that, but we'll give it a go. Anyway, the whole trip is going to be a whole lot of fun. We're going to have a whole lot of experiences, and we're going to share them all with you. So please stick with us. Check out the videos every day. There'll be about a 2-day or 3-day delay between, where we are versus what we're showing you. But just know that everything's going to be live. Everything's going to be authentic, and we're really going to have fun sharing this trip with you. Hopefully, to get some people to come back with us again next year. Anyway, so we'll see you in Vietnam.
You bet.
February 15th we leave. February 17th we arrive. We'll be in Ho Chi Minh City. The first videos that you see from us will be from Ho Chi Minh City, so stay tuned. Check it out. We're going to have a great time.
We will. All right. Thank you. Good
See
morning,
you in Ho Chi Minh
Vietnam.
City. Good morning, Vietnam.